I think I got it figured out, hitting the tunnels, hitting the lines, and then working on the power too. I feel like I was able to unlock it, you know, in the practice leading up to this and getting that distance and being competitive with a lot of the players that I need to be. My goal is never to be the longest thrower in the world, but I want to be up there competitive and being in positions that they're getting in, so.
Some days, you know, you're just feeling it. If I was able to pinpoint exactly what it was, I would be putting like that every single day. But today, yeah, everything felt good. I was getting them up and giving them a chance. You know, there was a couple that I didn't really, but as a whole, you know, I dropped a bunch from circle 2 and really happy with that effort. So yeah, everything felt really clean. Don't think I missed anything I should have.
Going back to last week, James is on a tear. You know, he shot the course record there, and I don't know what the course record is here, but if it's 9, he's got back-to-back course records. So I'm going to see what James is doing, kind of see if he's doing anything that I'm not, that I should be doing. It's going to be great. We'll see what the weather's like. It's always a toss-up out here, but we've had rain forecasted the last 4 days, and we've barely gotten any. So hopefully that keeps up, and we can have some exciting golf.
Playing with a bunch of great players. I'm really just looking forward to playing out here again. It's a really fun track to play. You know, a lot of things can happen in a lot of places, a lot of birdies to be had, a lot of bogeys to be had if you just don't execute, and just really hoping the weather is as good as today, if not better, because when the weather's like this out here, it's really fun disc golf to play.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to round 2 front 9 action of the 2023 PCS Open. BigBarri commentary bringing you all the action here at the beautiful Øverås Diskgolfpark. And we are once again going to be witnessing some of the most beautiful sights that we're going to see in all of disc golf.
Yes, we are. We got a nice card for you guys too. 4 people played the best yesterday, and those people are Paul McBeth to start it off. How did he do it? Circle 1 in regulation, number 1. Helpful fairways hit, 2nd. 3rd in park percentage, so he's working on all cylinders. Everything's working for him. James Proctor, 1st in C1 putting, didn't miss anything. He's been on a tear lately. We heard Paul McBeth in the short little interview say that he's got course records the last couple weeks, so.
Yeah, I mean, if Paul McBeth's calling your name out saying that I'm looking at what he's doing, you're doing something right.
He should be looking at this guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Calvin Heimburg, I mean, just doing Calvin things. When he gets that putt up, he's pretty hard to beat.
And basically a repeat of our feature group from yesterday. We got 3 of the guys that were on the card. Eagle McMahon rounding out. His C1X putting was also perfect. It's going to be another wonderful day here. Overcast once again, but the rain, which was pretty much guaranteed the day before, didn't really show. So we are going to have wet grass, but dry skies. Looking over hole 1, par 3, 407 feet downhill.
From Huntington Beach, California, Team Discraft, 6-time world champion. Please welcome to the team, Mr. Paul McBeth.
The wind is blowing in a slightly different direction in round 2. Coming off the fjords, a little bit of a left to right.
Helping wind for this sidearm, really, if you get it wide enough and you don't turn it over. Really, the only problem here is if you turn the disc over, kind of donezo.
And McBeth is going to roll long.
And deep.
The long OB does come into play quite quick, as you can see.
Especially with that helping wind pushing you right. Saw a lot of people, excuse me, saw a lot of people go out of bounds deep and left.
Thought Space Athletics, please welcome to the team, Mr. James Proctor.
Yeah, round 1 we were seeing people go out of bounds over the stands. The danger in round 2 is exactly what you just saw from McBeth. Pretty high forehand. Does this have the power to get down there in putting range?
Yeah.
It certainly does, just short of C1.
From Safety Harbor, Florida, Team Innova. Please welcome to the team, Mr. Calvin Heimburg.
2 bogeys en route to yesterday's 9 under for Calvin.
I really like this starting hole. It kind of just forces you to throw the sidearm at the point in time in disc golf where you have to have this shot. And if you don't, that backhand turnover is
It's scary.
From
very hard.
Yeah.
Colorado, Team Discmania. Please welcome to the team, Mr. Eagle McMahon.
You know, Eagle's been trying to avoid throwing more or try to throw less forehands in his game plan lately, but if he's lining up the forehand, you know that this is a huge advantage. See if he can figure out the timing today. Much better. Just creeping inside C2. Once again, not trying to overextend any sort of pressure on that elbow joint.
Wonder why he's not throwing lefty. Remember last year, like the President's Cup, he was just
Yeah, and the
barking.
European Open.
Yeah.
I think he birdied hole 2 3 times, and that's 378
like-
feet.
To me, would seem like a pretty manageable distance.
Yeah, no doubt. Calvin talking about the confidence in putting from C2 in round 1 and starting to round off with a beautiful putt. This is a scary green from the top side, and Calvin shows no fear. James no slouch at putting himself, and you can tell he doesn't even want any of that action. Wind coming off the fjord, that leaves a headwind, downhill, very scary. That reminds me a bit of yesterday's start for McBeth, at least being left side. He did make his putt on the first hole, but the second hole he missed left side. Third hole, I think he made his putt, but it was, or fourth hole, I think he made his putt, but it was left side. See if Paul can dial that in. Early bogey for the 6-time world champ.
Every time they call his name, 6-time world champ, you're sitting there on the bench. I was looking at them when they were doing that, and they all just look so depressed. They're like, oh, what is they gonna even say when I'm up there?
Yeah, and winner of the Tupelo Bay Open. Hole 2, par 3, 341 feet. This is a straight mid-range or fairway driver.
Tricky wind also, right to left crosswind. So you can't really take it wide as you want because of those stakes on the right hand side. Calvin shows you the correct line. Not too far right, not too far left. This is what I saw a lot of people trying to do, the straight flip
just
up.
Right at it. And once you get past that rock, you know that you've got yourself less than 25 feet. Eagle McMahon, a player who has titles behind his name.
Yes, he does.
James Proctor looking to, at one point, get his name on one of those special lists that they can announce a prestigious title when he gets introduced.
Is this gonna flip? No. Is it gonna kick? No.
It's going to be in a tricky spot. Very low ceiling putt, I think, from there. He's going slightly
Center.
Slightly center. And I don't think he had to worry about the low ceiling. I think he's just short.
This is about the time he took that jacket off yesterday. But
Yeah.
he makes it.
Oh, leaves it on. Nice putt from Eagle.
Maybe it wasn't the jacket, bud.
What was it then, Paul?
Jeez. Why you gonna call me out?
You sounded like you had a solution to any of Paul's putting woes.
Don't hit left side. Done.
What a coach. Star frame for our lead group, as you would expect on the third easiest hole in the course. And we're going to move to the second easiest hole in the course, which is kind of surprising to me because it is a bit tricky with the hillside slope that you're going to see here in a moment. Here is the flyover on hole 3. 361 feet. You can see the double shelf that you've got here. Big right to left slope. not a ton of out of bounds, but you can see on the graphic to your right side of your screen, there is OB long and left, which a lot of hyzers can find their way in that area if they do not trust the width.
Oh boy, skyward. Is it gonna make it far enough left?
Yes, I think so.
That was friendly bouncing.
That was an interesting line and result. Good shot from Calvin. Proctor above the hole. Once again, he's going to be forced with... Oh, never mind. He's inside the circle.
Tough putt still, though.
Yes. Eagle, a little bit less difficult on that putt. I guess I see why this hole is one of the easier ones.
Why are they all just throwing a spike hyzer? I didn't even know this was what you did.
I guess just like based on results and whatnot.
Yeah, based on like circle in circle percentage, distance to hole ratio.
And James still perfect in the circle. One of the statistics that he's really been excelling at this season. Makes every part of the game so much easier when you can trust yourself to knock down those dreaded 30-footers.
Trust your stuff.
Trust your stuff, dude. He's been...
Shout out to Seth, who probably stretched him out a little bit.
Yeah, and is that one of his sayings?
Yeah.
Trust your stuff?
Trust your stuff.
I like that. I haven't heard him say that yet.
Yeah, it's because you don't go over there.
I talk to Seth all the time.
Yeah.
Back-to-back star frames for our lead card. Hole 4 is a challenging, low ceiling par 3, 345 feet with OB on the right side. Starts to open up once you get around the corner here. People are going to be throwing a left to right turning fairway driver to mitigate the ceiling and also get a little bit of slide on the wood chips. Just got to slow down here and okay, slow down it does. Calvin's going to be off to a perfect start once again. He has not taken a par on the first 4 holes.
That is the way to play this hole. Put it out on the left side and turn it into the ground. Both of them doing it.
Beautiful. I guess when I say challenging, I mean it's challenging to most of the field and to just about everyone that plays casually.
No, this is a tough hole.
It really is. It's very demanding, very specific.
And scary.
And McBeth, that's going to be a little short unless it gets great skip. Either way, he's going to have to make a putt from outside the circle, I believe.
Yeah, if you took a field like this one of 100 and you put them on that hole.
Beautiful putt.
What do we got?
Well, more birdies than I'd like to share, but we had 32 birdies on the field.
Yeah.
I mean, that is literally 1/3 of the field is
yeah.
birdieing this hole, so we're
this is
closing in on the 3rd consecutive star frame here. Wow.
Just so hard to have the control of throwing it left, bringing it right, staying away from there's just no mistakes. Look at this. Everybody kind of in the circle. I think the worst shot was probably Calvin, who was going a little deep.
Yeah, he's going a little deep, but that's an awesome star frame for our group here.
Yeah.
345 that narrow should not look that easy, but that is why we are so used to calling these guys names here on Lead Card. They make the improbable look very, very probable. Leaderboard not changing very much so far.
Hole 5. Talk about another kind of tricky one.
Very, very tricky.
Yeah, par 3, 325. You just got to get through this gap here, which is tough to do, and then over this out of bounds little area. Hit it on the upslope. You see a couple people go deep, but if you hit the gap with good height, you're money. That's a probably
It's
it's
okay.
a good break.
Yeah.
If you hit those trees, you want it to just go straight down, because then you can get up and down. 3's not too bad here.
No, 3's a great score, I think, here.
Get past that.
And double kick for James Proctor back to the fairway.
It's funny to me that this is just a hyzer hole, and it plays harder than the last hole.
Yes. Eagle trying to mitigate the low ceiling with speed, and he gets over the wall just barely. That is a beautifully committed shot. But that was, I mean, inches over
Yeah.
that wall. If he gets that height just a little bit lower, he's going to the drop zone. McBeth flipping it up. This is a very nice play. Getting left side of the pin, challenging that left side of the fairway to perfection.
Well done. Getting up and down. Still a little scary from there. Ooh, we got a jump putt, though. Proctor got a nice second kick there.
Yeah. That first kick looked like he may be heading towards OB on the right side. In the end, it will be pars for Calvin and James. And McBeth and Eagle going to tap in 2 very short birdie putts. I cannot believe that this is averaging the easiest hole in the course. That seems completely untrue.
I mean, I haven't even come close. I had to make a long putt for par on it.
I saw a 7 in round 1. A 7?
Really?
Yeah, and some bad rolls, but they all rolled OB, and yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, the easiest hole in the course, apparently, hole 5, and we were 2 under on it. Our card is looking super solid through the first 5 holes. Onto the gates of Valhalla. Take a moment and look around. I mean, it's just unlike any place you've really ever stood on a disc golf hole. These 2 beautiful swords that go 2 meters deep in the ground create the gate to Valhalla.
I mean, the wind was up a little bit, making this a little tougher if you're trying to bring it from right to left. But that's about it. I mean, it's right there. Point and shoot. Throw it in the ground.
Yep.
Right before, probably right at.
You want to land right at the base of the gates,
Yep.
I feel like. McBeth turning this one over, and look at that. Was that a little tick?
Didn't matter.
It's OB long. Maybe that little bit of wind lifted it up just a bit. Calvin trusting the turn, but doesn't quite move enough to the right.
Is there enough hyzer on this one? Yeah, this is good.
Very good, James. And that landed right at the gates, and it's kind of an optical illusion from up there, how much skip you need. You need about 60 feet of skip from that gate. Wow, Calvin pushing to the back edge of the circle.
He made that putt yesterday. Goes for it again, and it costs him. Wow, what a putt from Paul. Good par save. Up the hill, 45.
After the mishap on 1, he's connected on every long putt he's seen so far.
I mean, I told him, get it on the right side, dude.
Good coaching. Calvin in danger, and now definitely taking the bogey. That is a costly one on a hole that you just never think bogey is going to be your outcome when you step up to the gates. Calvin will be spending a little bit of time in Helheim.
Eagle with 5 in a row.
Does that during this front 9 stretch, doesn't he? He had a nice stretch yesterday where he put together 7 or 8 birdies in a row.
Hole 7, par 4, 669, gradual hyzer. You want to throw at these trees on the right and then pull it back to the left. It's left to right wind today, so it's a little bit tougher. I want to get as close to this gap as possible because if you're short, really tight to get through, and then you have to go over the top as well if you're short. And today it's a little bit more windy, so the over the top play is more difficult.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see that. Being underneath a tree becomes very tricky because you know Eagle wants to go that grenade, and I don't think he's going to have the option with the canopy.
Ooh, slippers.
You know, that shot's going to end up okay, I believe. Now it hits a tree, but that was a bit of an issue. I do know a lot of the guys on my card were checking the tee, and they were scared of the slip. That might have been a little bit of James stepping off the left side of the tee box, though, not just the tee pads being slick.
This needs to get, oh, splits.
The celebratory spin from the spotter. Jubilation. Calvin, this is heading right down the middle. Is he going to go forehand spike hyzer? Or is he long enough to go down the tunnel? We'll see here in a moment. And James out of position, can't attack the pin, so he goes off the Euro Tour sign, and that leaves him a very short approach across the pond. What do you call it, little water area there? It's not a pond, it's a, what is it?
Looks like a pond to me.
You call it a pond?
Yeah.
It's like a puddle. It's a glorified puddle.
Glorified puddle. Yeah, a little pond.
Oh, did that spike near the green?
Yeah, a little short of the green, I think, right
Wow.
side.
Creative shot from a very tricky lie. Well done from Eagle. Very difficult to get the power that you need from a standstill. McBeth hitting backside trees and fortunately does not continue to roll into Europe's second largest puddle.
Oh, when he gets through.
Oh. And once again, he's deep C1. He's going to have to earn the birdie now.
Oh, that looked good.
Darn. I know, no low putts.
McBeth also just a bit low off the front cage.
Eagle for 6 in a row. Yes, sir.
What a birdie escape there. That was great work.
Ends up being the only birdie on the card. Oh, well,
Calvin definitely has a shot here.
Of course, he's going to make it.
Yeah, just over the rim that time. Birdies for Eagle and Calvin, and pars for McBeth and James.
What do you think the mark is to be on track with these guys after the front 9?
You saying
average.
for this round, or are you saying for the
Just
total score?
in general on the tournament.
I just think you have to shoot 5 down a round, or 5 down a 9.
Yeah.
I think that 4 or 5 under is the mark. I mean, we saw the hot round, and round 1 is 9 under. I think that the conditions are similar, even though the wind is blowing a different direction. I think that the scores are going to be somewhere in that same 18, tops 20 under par.
Yeah.
I think you got to keep yourself in that 4 to 5 under per 9, which is a tricky thing to do. Hole 8, par 4, 525 feet. It's a shorter par 4, but a very specific landing zone off the tee. We saw 4 backhands in round 1, and I think we might see the same again in round 2, even though it sets up very well for the forehand off the tee. Eagle's birdie stretch has come to an end, and maybe even his bogey-free round. That is a very difficult place to land.
Yeah, it's 18 feet off the tee. So is that, though. It's a tough place right there. Might have something to get to about 40 feet from there.
I'm truly shocked that we have not seen a single forehand. These early trees left must be coming into the visual, at least a little bit of the peripheral, if you will, as the players are lining up this backhand shape that is minimized by these trees on the left side. McBeth, that is exactly what you're looking to do there. That is a hyper-aggressive play. Is that going to work?
I don't know.
And the crowd goes mild.
Tough look in there, I'll tell you that. See if McBeth can get this low and hyzer sliding. No.
Ah,
That's a long little bid there.
he's got to look, but yeah. James having to go standstill spike hyzer. Can he get the distance? Yes, he can. Looks like he is doing a good job to get to 5 under in the front, with 1 hole left to play here on the front 9.
Eagle can make that. That's a well-earned par. Let's see what Calvin's got from in there. Nothing. Nothing much. And he does.
That's a
Saves
great
it.
save. Wow.
Basically birdie. I mean, he was so close to the
Yeah.
tee right there.
Good work, though, to scramble. McBeth scrambles as well from the perfect position in the tee, but he will save his par nonetheless. And James, the only birdie on the card.
I guess if you get far enough left, you have the spike hyzer over.
Oh, and I wonder if that's the decision there on that play, to avoid trying to go straight, but going out there to the left to open up that spike hyzer play. See, Aaron Gossage is out there playing great so far, 8 under through 15. He is now in our top 4. Radar.
Well, final hole here, 341. Kind of feel like it should have been in the first 6 holes, because that's what the first few holes look like to me, is this exact shape, just a little bit tighter of a line, right down the middle, slight left to right turn in your disc, and you'll have yourself a look.
And James keeping that one low, but the wood chips keep it sliding. He's going to be in position to make a long putt. Try to cap off a 6 under front 9 if he can make that.
And that's a
That's
little
brutal.
bit pulled. See how far right it goes.
Eagle knows that's going to be a tricky one.
That's the right shape. Because even if you get left,
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
you got to miss those little guys. If you get left, though, that's still a look from there. Long look, but
Eagle's getting pretty turny for Calvin.
yeah, that was so weird.
Yeah.
This is not weird.
That's turning just perfectly. Absolutely gorgeous, right into bullseye.
Yeah, deserves a
Yeah,
fall off light.
totally. I mean, it just, no point was this disc going to do anything else. That was a perfect fall flight too. A lot of times you see the disc bouncing up and down. That thing's just got a smooth arc. Eagle can only pitch up to mid C2. He's going to have a long putt to save his par.
This is so much farther. Such a bad call right away. I thought it was fine. It was just 100 feet short. Oh yeah, you can get it from there. Try to save my own butt.
Eagle from distance, and that will drop him to 5 under on the front. Good height, just a little too much float. It was decent height. He didn't miss it low. As I'm from that distance, it's easy to miss low. I know you're looking at me like, what the heck are you talking about? I'll take that miss.
Over a doinkers for sure.
You don't want to be doinking.
You want to be clanking.
You want to be clanking. You know what I mean? Viewers at home. McBeth, the only birdie on the card, and it's a bullseye. And with his bogey, he still manages to scrap out a 4 under on the front 9.
Which is the minimum you said.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine.
I kind of agree with you.
And he's only 1 off the lead right now, and the first 5 players have 2 strokes on the next closest, so they are showing the mark is right at that number.
You do have some good scores out there, though.
Well, Paul Ulibarri sighting there in 11th place. Joey Tamale hanging in there.
Jeremy Koling, 2 under.
Oh, dropping down
14.
some spots, but he back 9 coming. We are halfway through the event. We've got 9 more holes here from round 2 coming right up.